Show us your tips for August 19th, 2020. Looking forward to the midweek races at Sandown, Lakeside and Canterbury. Wettish tracks are both, but quick look back to the weekend, Beaver. First of all, how are you, my friend?
Very well, thank you, Dougie. How are you?
Good, good. Yeah, whacking away. Another productive week for the team.
Yes, yeah, you got a few nice winners on the weekend, mates. We both tipped North Pacific as our best of the day in Sydney, and didn't let us down. And what a horse! It's certainly.
Yeah, we said 5 to 4 on the Thursday, and that started about $1.80, and I said didn't disappoint. What did you take out of the feature races in both states this week?
Before we move on, North Pacific next Autumn Sun, Dougie.
It's better than Autumn Sun.
Yeah,
better than Autumn Sun.
I think there's a good horse there. It's going to be winning a lot of races.
The more I thought about it and watching Rulership down south and those sort of horses, I reckon the 2-year-old form from last year is no good. I'd be looking for fresh 3-year-olds now. We saw Rulership didn't stack up. We saw a couple of those, apart from Bella Nipotina, obviously was very good, but a few disappointing returns, and I think that sort of Farnham, Golden Slipper, Hanseatic form, I think we're looking for fresh blood now, so I think your fresher one's looking for your North Pacifics, the Pain Horse from last week, whose name just escapes me. The one you tipped. Can't think of his name. Anyway, the filly. Anyway, it'll head towards,
I can't think of something.
Heading towards Oaks. Anyway, looking for fresh blood, I think so. Looking for new 3-year-olds rather than anything to run around as a 2-year-old, in my opinion. Beaver, any thoughts?
Yes. Yeah, I think you could be right there. I think the 2-year-old form from last season may not be stuck up to be the quality 3-year-old form, and some of those horses that didn't start as 2-year-olds will have developed and may have come on a bit better than those 2-year-olds. And that's certainly, the first week wasn't a great week for those horses.
Or at least we'll want to be seeing them. There might be some that'll, grow up and be the big kid instead of being beaten up as a little kid now, but you'd want to see him return, or at least return first. And the feature race, the PB Lawrence, a few disappointing runs there. Did you make much of the replay? Have you had a chance to study that?
I haven't had a chance to study the replay in a great deal yet, Dougie, but a couple of horses that did stand out for me. I thought Viridine was very good. Again, under a big weight. I thought it just showed a lot of heart, and that was a good sign for Viridine, and certainly in the last showmanship, certainly franked its WA form and showed that it's potentially going to win some better races over the spring.
Yep. I just want to mention quickly, Mystic Journey and the two sort of spruiked pink colour horses, they were disappointing, and I think I might be looking, maybe, I don't know how that's going to work with COVID, but might be looking for Sydney horses heading down to Melbourne this time round, or this spring, if the weather's or everything's equal, if we're allowed.
Yes, hopefully.
But we'll talk about some Group 1 racing this weekend, which we're looking forward to. But for now, we've got a Wednesday meet to get into, and we'll kick off with the Sandown Lakeside meeting in Melbourne. You've cast your eye over this, Beaver. A bit of rain tomorrow, but a soft track at the moment.
I think that's good at the moment. I think they're saying it's good for at the moment. But they are predicting some showers, so that may not stay that way. But at the moment, working off a good 4.
Oh, beautiful. Generally, Lakeside tends to favour, I guess, inside runners on pace a little bit. But you found a couple of good things on the card.
Yeah, mate, I have. My first horse that I like of the day comes up in race 3, and that's the top weight Shotmaker. I thought its form was very good first up, and I think it'll be further improved by that. It was short price first up after a very long layoff, but won well. It was at Wodonga, but won very well in a maiden, and I think that was to give it a kill. Prior to that, it had some form in listed races and had run well. I think it's on to bigger and better things for this horse. It's got a good horse's weight. Gets the claim, I think, for Laura Lafferty.
Do you know much about
her? A claim there. Not a lot, Daggy. Tell me about her.
I don't know much either. Her and
All right.
the thing riding the lovely sorry to Miss Christina. Her and the lovely lady. Oh, we're gonna be
That's
fired
shocking.
before we've even started here. Miss C. Heffel riding Don't Doubt Dory, who I'm sure is a lovely lady, riding the thing in the second last is what I meant to say. Don't Doubt Dory, yeah, Christina Heffel. But Pro Group Racing, if you are watching, don't find me.
Yes.
But back to that, I don't know a lot about her. So that's hence the question. But yeah, so you're pretty keen shot maker,
Yeah,
top weight, race 3, number 1.
I am. Yep. And it's drawn well and should get the run of the race and in not an overly strong race. So around the $2.40 mark now, that'll do me.
Beautiful. Where we're heading to next?
My next pit mate comes up in the very next race, race 4, number 2, Lunar Flare.
Mm.
Graham Begg trained, Damien Oliver aboard, gets a right race tomorrow. Wouldn't want to see it too much skinnier in the market, but look,
Okay.
its last 3 starts have been pretty good. Second last start, 2 wins before that, and it certainly wasn't disgraced. Last start was only beaten by a nose in a reasonable field, carrying similar weight to this. So I think out of the 2100 is going to suit, and I think that's another one's going to be winning.
Excellent. And you've got a third one for us, you said?
I've got a couple of others. My value bet,
Take us through. No,
which
take us
is
through the first two. But you're gonna, go.
yeah. So my next bet comes up in race 7. Is number 7, Imperial Lad.
Okay.
I thought its win last start was pretty good. Stuck on well. I think again it'll be suited by the way this race is run. It'll sit just off the pace. It'll probably hit the lead somewhere in the straight, and hopefully it can hold on in that long Sandown straight. John McNeil aboard, riding well, drawn well. So Imperial Lad for me. And my other bet that I do like, mate, comes up in the last race. Wilmot Pass, the number 11, going to midweek class after having first 3 starts in weekend company. Was slightly disappointing last start, but didn't have a lot of luck, and the race really wasn't run to suit. Got held up at the wrong time and played up a little
Tired
bit in the
start.
stalls.
Yeah, and the Mooney Valley bias didn't help that day either.
Yeah, it was slowly away.
Yeah.
It's a bit fractious in the stalls, and then didn't really get a crack at them in the last 400. So I think going back on the start before that in this company, I think it beat Proper Rogue in that race, and Proper Rogue was pretty average then. So they're the main two in the market. So Wilmot Pass for me again, drawn well. Jamie Carr aboard.
Excellent. Yeah, I was going to ask
So
you about
there's
the good little clash of those two again, Wilmot Pass and Popper Oak.
Yeah, I just think Wilmot Pass has got its measure. I think drawn better. We'll get a better run in the race here and prove too strong.
Beautiful. And for me,
What do you like, mate? You got anything in Melbourne?
a couple. I slaved over this staying race for some reason. It just took my fancy, and I'm gonna tip Cracksman against probably my better judgment. But has now had 2 runs at 2400. It gets a soft lead here with Ben Mellum, 7-day backup, dropping back a little bit in grade, but should lead this staying race. Race 6, number 2, Cracksman. Number 1,
Yeah.
sorry.
Oh,
Yeah,
I did have a look at Cracksman, but certainly,
it
yeah,
just hasn't. It
I
just
just
hasn't
don't,
won.
yeah, I just not sure.
Yeah, the danger there,
But,
Sky. Sky's the other one in that race. The one I'm keen on, which I'm going to make my best of the day down in Melbourne, though. There's a nice now 3-year-old resuming in the first for the same camp. Starelle. Race 1 at number. Where is she? Race 1, number 12, Oliver.
12.
Race 1, number 12 was $3.50 when I did the form last night. Just looking now, it's into $2.60, I believe.
Yeah, they're coming out.
But chased home a good Hayes horse on debut, and I'm making that my best of the day. Starelle.
Haydensfield. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
Haydensfield is
nippy little
good.
thing.
Yeah.
So I'm looking for her. She will be back, so hopefully we need a couple of we need the track to play fair enough, but extended really well through the line, and Oliver O'Brien camp, the Oliver O'Brien combination doing really well for us at the moment. So there's 2 for me, 2 from the Denny O'Brien yard, 1 with Mel and 1 with Oliver. So Cracksman and Starelle, but I'll make Starelle my best down there. You had a value you're going to spruik just then before Beaver?
Yeah, no, my best of the day, mate. I'm going for Lunar Flare, race 4, number 2, and then my value was going to be Imperial Late in the 7th, mate.
Yep, excellent. I'm gonna. I think I've got three or four straight values down south, so I'm going to go out on a limb here. I'm going to tip Mr. Tippler in the last to lead.
Yep.
About $19, top weight. Tommy Stockdale. Uh,
Good
whether it
win
can hold
last
him
time.
against it was a nice win. I know it's obviously taking on 2 Saturday horses back in grade, maybe 3 because I've got a sneaky suspicion Lady Flanders will run well as well. But Mr. Tippler's about 20 to 1, probably hopefully $3 or $4 a place at least. And if we can snag a third there behind 2 good horses, that'll pay for itself as a value bet down south. And you're
Very
in
good.
charge of the quaddie, so
I am.
fire away.
You ready?
All right, I'm ready. Hang on.
Got,
Wait,
got
no,
the pen and paper ready, mate?
let me pull my pad up. Hang on. Let me just wait for the internet to join us, and we'll find Penrith NBN we've got here, and we'll do it live. So give us some numbers. They might join us sometime
Yep,
by
we're ready.
tomorrow.
Leg 1, we've got 1, 2, 6, and 7.
7, yep. Give me a sec. Hang on, we're here. We're joined us now. So leg 1. Sandown quaddie, leg 1.
1, 2, 6, 7. Leg 2, 7, 11, 13, 17.
2.
Leg 3,
So it's 13,
1.
11, 17 down the weights, was it?
Yep.
11, 17. Beautiful.
Leg 3, 1, 7, 8, and 10.
8 and 10, yep.
And the last leg, 9, 10, 11, 13.
9, 10, 11, 13. So I'll just repeat those numbers for everybody. First leg 1, 2, 6, and 7. Second leg 11, 13, 17. 1, 7, 8, and 10. Home with 9, 10, 11, and 13. $50 gets you 26% of that, 192 combinations. So hopefully we can keep our Melbourne Street going there, Beaver, and have a nice return down south at Ladbrokes.
Perfect, mate.
All right, Canterbury's the Sydney meeting of the Wednesday afternoon. It is a heavy night. It's been a nice day in Sydney. Hopefully it means nice strong weather for the weekend, but currently heavy 9 after last week where they all started coming down the middle against all our better judgment. I've defaulted back to on pace here, Beaver. So a quick run through with the quaddie legs. So race 4, 1,200 metres, benchmark 72. There's a nice trial here from Phenomoe, if I've pronounced that correctly. Blue colours. You know I love it. The blue colours fresh here. Thought it was good. I wasn't that impressed by Leader Forbidden Love's trial, and I think it's just returned in nice order. So I'm going to suggest here my bet in the 4th race today at Canterbury at about the, let me pull it up here,
$4 mark.
$4 mark it is too. $4 with Louise Day, Femini. Either way, number 2 is the way I'm going there. Have you had a look at any, before I go any further, have you looked any earlier in the day, Beef? At Canterbury?
I did have one in race 2, mate. I went for the blue colours in race 2.
Yeah, the French word.
Yes, Raison
Yep.
Dietra.
Raison d'etre at 270, J-Mac and Cummings.
280.
Beautiful. So that's
Yeah.
I like that too. Coming off the Kenzo run. Third last of the day. Good little race here. Some of the aforementioned 2-year-olds I just bagged earlier, I'm actually going to talk about here. AIM coming back from Group 1 company, didn't trial that well. So there's another one penning. So I do like a Snowden horse here, Strike. Trialed really well on pace. Should work across and sit outside lead or lead with Escape going forward. And no, it's not looking at the wrong race. 6 here. Let me go up one so my speed map makes sense. There we go. Should work across and lead. It trialled really well. Sits outside Bomb Diggity on pace there. The blue colours damage trialled really well again. Only 2 hopes there. Snowden with Strike at $6.50. Or the favourite damage did trial well too. But I'm going to just spec number 11 in race 5 Strike. Around $6.50.
Yeah, I've gone the other way, mate. I've gone the other way. I've gone for damaged.
Yep.
Really like this
Okay.
trial.
Yeah, so did I. So did I.
Yeah, I thought it's going to be really hard to beat in this if you can reproduce that.
Yep. I just I'm sort of relying a little on track bias, is why I went that way. But I think damaged. There's only 2 hopes there when we get to the quaddie. They're the 2 for us. So now let's talk about Escaped Race 6, the second last of the day. A nice horse resuming here, Sylvestra. Trial, couldn't take much of the trial because it's a typical Waller trial, but I think it's a good horse. I think this will sit just behind Escaped, who goes forward. Aim, the one I just mentioned earlier, I am against fully, who's taking a bit of the market. So I think all Sylvester has to do is sit on Escape's back and go straight past it in a straight. And I think around a $3.30 as it is now with T. Clark is a good bet there in a race where the only thing that's going to upset us is Escape leading and holding on a really hot leaders track. Any thoughts?
No, I tend to agree with you there, mate. Don't mind that in the last as well, mate. I think you've probably got the way the race is going to be run exactly right there, and I think it'll just sit off the back of Escaped and come over the top at the end.
Perfect. And just quickly in the last, over the 1900 meters, the 2 I'm going to play, I think they're probably the 2 in the market. Yeah, Pressure. I found it at odds a couple of weeks back and ran second for us. I think this is its rates today. JMac on 900 meters going to sit on Toki's back and again, hopefully go straight past it in the straight. So wrap up the day with race 7, number 8 for the JMac. Pressure about the $4.20.
Yeah, I'm gonna go against you, mate. I'm gonna go for Monsieur Sisu.
Okay.
I really like this in the last. I think it was pretty good against Kiss the Bride, who I think would be probably favourite in this race if it started.
Yep.
And it only just knocked that out there. And then prior to that, didn't run a bad race behind Court Shows, so Rose Hills. So I think it's improving with every start, and I think this one will probably sit up near the pace and hopefully be hard to run down.
I think it leads, and to be honest, Canterbury 900 meters is its going life, so it's absolutely the horse to get past. Toki sits outside it after a nice win here last time. I'm just sort of hoping Pressure's a better horse. J-Mac,
Yeah,
right behind,
I just thought,
right behind.
I just thought Toshi's got to sit outside 61.
Yep.
8-12. I think that's a tough ask.
Yep.
And so I think pressure's certainly going to be the one that's going to get the last shot at Monsieur, but hopefully he's got enough in the tank just to fight him off for me.
Fantastic. And do you have a best and value at Canterbury?
Yeah, I do, mate. My best bet of the day is in race 2, number 3, Raison Dietstra.
Yep.
And my value is race 4, number 8, Forbidden Love.
Oh, excellent. For the Freedmans. I'm going to make my best, the one I can't pronounce, Phenomoe. Race 4, number 2. $4.20 for the blue colours, and my value is hopefully leader in race 5. Number 11 Strike, about the $6.50 mark. It's each way bet for me.
Good.
Let's wrap up here quickly with my quaddie. I'll try and go 4 in a row for the punters out here. Kicking off with 2, 6, and 9 into 4, 7, and 11 into 3, 5, 11. Home with 2, 7, 2, 5, 7, 8, and 10. $50 gets you 35% there.
Not bad.
So let's see how we go, Beaver.
Very good.
Had a look around the rest of the country. Or are you saving it for
I have,
Saturday?
mate. Of course I have.
For us. All right, you find something in Queensland. No, you will.
Oh, no, mate, I've got a couple in Queensland tomorrow. First one comes up in race 3, number 1, Caboose, sitting around the $5 mark. My next one comes up, I just lost it. Just give me a second while I find this, mate.
No,
It comes up in race 6, number 1, also James Orman at $4.20, which is Maybach.
Yep.
And then I've got one more for you. Comes up in race 7, number 9, Amici.
Oh, excellent.
The even money.
Dickie Van Dyke. Beautiful.
So a $5, a $4.20, and a even money shot there for you, mate. Three winners there. I think you'll find that at least 2 of them get up, so you'll be finishing in front if you back those 3 at Ippy.
We I enjoy your Queensland thoughts, Beaver. You usually have it nailed up there. So
yeah, mate.
I follow you in up there. We well, actually, speaking of Queensland, more fuel to my last year's 2-year-old Suckfire was Guard of Honour was awful on Saturday.
Return with honour.
I Return with Honour. Sorry, Guard of Honour's already dead.
Yeah.
Return with Honour was bad. So I think another one just to.
That was a worry, wasn't it? It was backed off the map. We were all over it, and just I went back to nearly the tail, and that was all she wrote once that happened.
Never made ground. I think like I said, the more I've thought about it, looking for fresh blood these days for those young horses.
Yep.
So,
good, mate. So
anyway, so very good, Beav. Hopefully some winners there for Pro Group Racing. Thanks for the boys looking after us as always. Hopefully we can return the favour in spades with a bit of cash tomorrow afternoon, Beav.
Yep, that's the plan.
And Group 1 racing on Saturday we're going to talk about. So Wink Stakes at Roundwick. We've got the backup at Roundwick and more good racing in Melbourne. As we get further into it, we'll have some, hopefully have some guests lined up to help us out with a few tips and some feature meetings. But until then, Beaver, good job, mate.
Ciao for now.
I will catch you shortly. See you, buddy.
See you, mate.